Hello everyone, I'm Dudy. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my absurd and regretful experience. My husband and I have been married for many years. Our life is ordinary. Although there are no big storms, after a long time I feel that something is missing. One day, I don't know what happened to my husband, but he saw the wife-swapping game on the internet. He started to search for information about the wife-swapping community on the internet. At first, I didn't take it seriously at all. I thought he was just looking around and it would be fine after the novelty wore off. Who knew that he would be like a madman talking about this matter in my ear every day? He said that this kind of fresh and exciting experience can add some spice to the ordinary life. At first, I even argued with him and told him not to think about it. But I couldn't stand it. He kept pestering me. Today he told me how happy others were playing, and tomorrow he said that this was popular abroad. Slowly, I was persuaded by him. Now I think about it, I was really out of my mind. How could I agree to such a ridiculous thing? It was a Saturday night just after dark. My husband drove me to a high-end community in the suburbs. We took the invitation letter and entered the community. At that time, I was so nervous. Although I have participated in this so-called social gathering before, this time the purpose was different and I felt awkward. When we first entered, everyone was very embarrassed, but fortunately, after a few drinks, the atmosphere eased a little. Next, it was the self-introduction session. Some people were regulars at first glance, but some people, including me, were very shy. Then the highlight came, which was the wife-swapping session. At that time, I stood there stupidly. Before I could react, a man came over and picked me. Before he left, he said to my husband, "Your woman belongs to me. Don't worry, I will definitely not treat her badly." I was confused at the time. I wanted to refuse, but I didn't know how to start. I followed the man into the room. After entering the room, I was very nervous at first, but the man was quite good at teasing. After a while, I let go. Oh, that feeling was really exciting. It was completely different from being with my husband. I was like a demon at the time. I was immersed in that kind of indulgent happiness. I had thrown my husband out of the clouds. I had long forgotten that my husband was in someone else's arms at this time. The next day, everyone went home as if nothing had happened. I thought that this matter was over, but who knew that since then I was like being cursed and became addicted to this game. Every time we rested, I would think about participating in this wife-swapping game. My husband was willing to go along with me at first, but after so many times, he started to have doubts in his heart. He felt guilty after all. It was he who led me down this wrong path. But what made him even more unbearable was that I was very proactive every time, and after returning home, the sex life between him and me was pitiful. He mentioned to me several times that we should stop going and return to normal life. But at that time, I didn't listen at all, and I was only thinking about the exciting feeling. Once we went to such a party again. After we came back, my husband and I had a big fight. He said to me with red eyes, "We can't go on like this. It's ruining our family." At that time, I also argued with him, saying that he didn't understand me, that it was just a little fun and it didn't affect anything. Since then, the atmosphere in our family has become very depressing, and we often quarrel about this. My husband saw that I had no intention of turning back, and his attitude became more and more determined. He began to avoid me deliberately. Every time I mentioned going to that kind of party, he slammed the door and walked out. At that time, I didn't think I was wrong, but I felt that he had changed and didn't understand me anymore. Days passed like this, and our relationship became more and more strained. Until one day, my husband suddenly said to me, "Let's get a divorce. I really can't stand it. I brought you to this path and I feel guilty, but I can't bear to see you sink like this." When I heard this, I was stunned. I never thought that because of my addiction, I would get divorced. I began to beg him, telling him that I was wrong and I would never go again, and we should live a good life. But his attitude this time was particularly firm, saying that his heart had been broken and he couldn't go back. During that time, I was completely lost and cried every day. Only then did I realize that I had ruined my good family for a moment of excitement. Now I live alone, and when I think back to those ridiculous days, I really regret it. I want to tell you that in life, there may be dull moments, and you may want to find some excitement, but you must not take the wrong step like me. Some mistakes once made, there is no chance to turn back. Courage needs us to protect it with our heart. Don't ruin your happiness because of a momentary impulse. I hope my experience can remind everyone to cherish the people in front of you and cherish your family. Well, today's video is here. Welcome to Leave a Message to Discuss. We will talk next time. Bye.